right now everybody is into the planning mode for the celebration of the New Year, our Western New Year, but in January the whole Asia will celebrate their New Year. Therefore, I made my January bullet journal Asian theme and rabbit theme because we're about to hop into the Chinese New Year of the rabbit. And every weekly spread is connected to Asian theme, to rabbits, Chinese dragons and other fun stuff. Check it out. It's not difficult to do, but it's a lot of fun. I hope you like it. If you do, please give me a like and of course subscribe for more bullet journal fun, more arty crafty fun. I have an arty crafty fairy that never leaves me alone, so if you want to see what she makes me do, stick around. Now let's get to it. Weekly spreads can be challenging for some people because there are so many weeks in a year and it can be difficult to find a good idea for every week. But here's the kick, you don't have to do it every week if you don't feel like it. You can just write down headers and there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, weeklies are my jam. I like them exactly because there are so many, so I'm not so precious with them. I can experiment and I can have fun. And if I'm not in the mood for experiments, I can just choose one of my tried and true layouts, which is what I've largely done here. I used the technical pen again, that is basically a refillable fine liner with a more durable nib. And for the painting part, I used water brush and my dearest watercolors, as usually. I will play around more with other materials next year, but I really like this combo because it's so practical. Pages lay flat, it's easy to write on, you can take it everywhere and it looks cute. What are your favorite materials for bullet journaling? I want to try some other media and would love to get some suggestions in the comments. What do you think I should try next year? For the first week, I chose a simple horizontal layout with a pagoda, a Chinese temple in the corner, to kind of ease into the theme. I stylized the letters a bit more to make them resemble sticks and they served as a decoration as well. The bright red is not only the traditional color of China and their ornaments and decorations, but magenta is also the color of the next year as chosen by Pantone, the world's color setter. So the choice was easy. All spreads this month have this red theme. And January is the birthday month of my Goldilocks girl and she loves red. So everything is red. The letters, the dragon, the teapot, as you're about to see. By the way, I'd love to know which layout you like the most. Please let me know in the comments. This next week's design is my favorite this month. I love how the dragon came out. I wrote the letters in the same font I have been using for my January spread and drew the dragon puppet that people carry on sticks throughout the processions. You can see me turn my bullet journal from time to time because for me it's much easier to draw the scales from that angle. I was a bit skeptical at first how I will do with this theme because I don't usually draw a lot of dragons and Chinese style is not close to my European heritage. We hardly have any Asians here, so I never see these designs in real life. It's not like living in London or any big city where you have the whole Chinatowns. I loved them everywhere I went, they were so different to what I'm used to. But it's been a while since I've been in any major city. So Google is my friend when looking for references and Pinterest comes to my rescue often. For the coloring, I use the same bright red that I mix from my two primary reds for the letters and also for the parts of the dragon. The body was first painted yellow and then the scales were added in red. I varied the reds on the dragon's face a bit to give it more dimension, threw in some yellow here and there as well and added horns that I forgot to draw before. This is the beauty of art that you do for yourself. You can always add on whatever you feel like is needed and there's no deadline. Although you probably won't touch your bullet journal spread after the week has passed. But there's actually no reason why you shouldn't. You can come back to it whenever. The horns were an afterthought, but I think they really add something and overall I really like how this dragon came out when it was painted. The next page is pretty minimal though. Just a few jumping rabbits, one for each day and one for the weekly to-do list. I followed the same design of a rabbit that I have already made for my monthly bullet journal and just changed the poses. Really simple, even a kid could do it. The pattern on the rabbit is a simple daisy design with some added dots on the side. That's it. And the very last spread is the Chinese teapot in a center layout. I love circles in everything. I love the shape, I love the movement of circular designs, I love the momentum in circular movements. in everything, from art to acrobatics. I love circles. So I have to have one of those designs in every month. I found out that the lines going from the center of the image to the day of the week are pretty unnecessary because usually when I write I tend to group my to-dos in a block, so the lines are not really needed for separation. And sometimes they're cumbersome and don't add to the design. So I just wrote the acronyms for the days all around and that was it. I drew the pattern on the teapot in pencil, so I will leave it out when painting, but I didn't want to outline it because I was afraid that the black line might be too bold and it wouldn't look natural. I can always add an outline later. Do you think I should try it? The color of the letters and the teapot is, you guessed it, bright red. And the design is left plain white, achieved by negative painting, which is just a fancy word for painting around the design. If you find it too nitpicky to paint around it, you can always paint the entire pot red and then paint the pattern in with white gouache or acrylic paint. Heck, you could even cut it from paper with scissors or die cuts and glue it on. There are so many solutions to the same idea. Pick and choose. And now the final flip through of the whole Asian theme month. For the monthly setup, check out my previous video, and I hope you found something useful, inspiring, or just fun in my attempts at this unfamiliar but very intriguing style. I apologize to every Asian who might cringe at seeing this, but try to take it as a compliment and interest in your culture, even if it's not how it's supposed to be. I've never been to Asia, so I wouldn't know, but I really wanted to draw an Asian-themed bullet journal as a tribute to my friend from Singapore who lived here for years and we trained together every week, but now she moved. And I've met some really kind Asian artists online, and this is my way to say thank you to them, because they really helped me. So try to see the intentions through the wonky lines, okay? See you next week with some ideas for bullet journal lists and collections. Something we all make or at least revise in one way or another in the beginning of the new year. Even if you don't do bullet journaling, you might want to watch that one. So stick around and subscribe for more bullet journal ideas, some Chinese lanterns coming up, and a whole nature journaling series in spring. See you! Bye bye!